Hello, everybody. It's really nice to see you today and to share a little bit of my energy with you, even in this way, even through the screen. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you for your caring and just passionate commitment to your own personal healing and your own personal growth. It really, truly is an honor to be a part of that process in your life. And so, as a gesture from my heart to yours, I've created a gift, something that I want to share with you, a piece of support that I've decided to experiment with sharing each month with you. And so a little bit of a backstory about that. Given that this is the first time we're going to do it, I felt like it was important to kind of share where I was coming from with this experiment. And so I've been searching for a gift that I can share with each of you each month that would not only be a token of my commitment to you and your own personal healing process, but also a deep and important gesture of my appreciation for being such an important part and valuable part of my community. So what I came up with is an experiment that I'm going to offer to you each month. It is a short yet very powerful growth experiment that is intentionally designed to help you learn about the places where your aliveness is blocked and in need of your deep care and your deep attention. So welcome to my monthly self-care experiment. It's called It's Time to Grow. And I'm trying something a little bit new, and I hope that over time you will become comfortable with this and begin to join me in this practice. Like I said, each month I plan to share this with you and some kind of an exercise that will help you deepen your understanding about the places in your life where it's now time for you to emotionally grow. That is if you want to. So keep in mind that the purpose of each of these exercises and experiments and practices is to provide you with an experiential way to build a deeper awareness around those places that your aliveness gets stuck inside. And again, it needs your deep and loving attention to shift and to heal. But a word of caution, for those of you who are not in the market to feel something or are quite comfortable with where you're at in your lives, you might not want to participate each month because these exercises are designed to help stir things up so that you can feel something. This is how we know it's time to grow. And so this month's experiment, this month's growth experiments, is going to be focused on beginning to learn how to recognize the synchronicity in the universe, the growth opportunities that life is always offering to us, oftentimes in some of the most unexpected places and ways. So it's time to grow, called Unexpected Messengers. One of the most wonderful things about life is that our teachers, our messengers come from the absolute most unexpected places. And for many people, in order to be able to receive them and recognize them, there's work that has to be done to cultivate that open heart and willingness to recognize these opportunities for growth. So often we want to shift our focus onto how somebody's doing something to us or not doing something we want, or the way something might be bad or wrong. But in fact, what we do is we miss that these are opportunities for us to learn something about another unfinished place inside of us. What a thought, huh? So I have an experiment that I'd like for you to try. It's called Unexpected Messengers. And a quick little word about these experiments. There's no right or wrong way to do them. The whole purpose of these experiments or meditations or practices or challenges, if you will, is to have a real experience, a real response in response to the opportunity, the experience, and to learn about yourself in the process. Some of you might want to find a quiet place to lie down and close your eyes and listen to me. Some of you might be more comfortable watching and listening along as we go. Whatever works for you is just fine. You cannot do this wrong. But find a quiet place in which you can meditate or focus on some sticky issue in your life that keeps seeming to show up despite your best efforts to resolve it or get rid of it or avoid it. Well, it could be a difficult relationship. It could be a conflict with a friend. It could be an intense feeling. Might be a challenge at work. Could be even an issue with a pet or an inanimate object. But I want you to take a moment and just invite some experience of difficulty in your life to show up. That experience that you just cannot seem to outrun. And if you need to pause, you can. If not, follow along. Once you have a sense of that difficult experience, and for some of you it might be super easy, might not have taken any time at all, I want you to just pay attention to your body and your reaction to what that is and what's going on. Just notice that. As much as you can put judgment aside, try to do so, and just notice. Does your body tense up? Does your body relax? Do you feel yourself calming down and being soothed, or tightening up and getting defensive? Just notice that. That's your body's way. Body sensations are the body's way of teaching us and talking to us. And notice your feelings that you might have in response to this experience. You might be angry or frustrated or disappointed or scared or worried. Just notice that as well. Notice the feelings of perhaps negativity that are coming up inside of you. And here's where things start to get a little fun. I call it fun. You might call it challenging. I want you to consider for a moment that this difficult experience, the difficulty, the hard feelings, the negativity you might be feeling in your body, I want you to imagine for a moment that this experience, this difficult energy, was actually a very important messenger for you. That it's a necessary experience that needs to happen in your life in order for you to learn about something unfinished inside of you, around your heart, around your feelings, around your need. And as you take a moment to consider this, I want you to just pay attention to whether or not imagining it in this way changes the way that you feel towards this experiment. Or perhaps you might even find yourself resisting this step. Again, there's no right or wrong way to live the experiment. Just notice what comes up for you. For those of you who this feels like enough, you can stop the video and move on about the rest of your day. But for those of you who want to take another step, I want you to now take a moment and imagine that you could talk to this difficult experience and ask this messenger, this experience, if it has a message for you about why it's here. Is there a door or an unfinished place inside of you it's here to open up for you, to show you, to reflect to you? What does this experience, what does the difficulty want you to know about yourself or the experience? And trust what comes, even if it doesn't make a lick of sense in your brain. And then for those of you who want to take a final step with this, I want you to imagine for a moment how your life could be different if you were to accept this challenge, the message from this experience, move through the threshold into this unfinished place in order to learn more about what needs healing inside of you. How would your life be different? How would your life be different if you chose to not explore this further? Take another step into the difficulty to learn about yourself and what's unfinished inside of you. Just notice the answers that come, and know that you might not get an answer right away. It might be a few days from now and you're brushing your teeth and all of a sudden, boom, the answer comes. But just ask the questions nevertheless. And then before you wrap up, just ask the messenger if there's anything else this experience would like for you to know before you go today. And then when it feels complete for you, wrap up in whatever way feels comfortable to you. There's no right or wrong way to do this. And as you feel ready to come back to the outside world, just let yourself do that very slowly, very gradually, maybe coming back first past your breath, just kind of noticing your breath and how it's going in your body. And is the breath high and shallow? Is it deeper and slower, or somewhere else altogether? Just paying attention. Maybe listening for the sounds in the room. And as you feel ready to come all the way back, you can let that happen and open your eyes, having the understanding and faith that you've asked some very important questions. And the next piece that's there for you to know will come when you're ready. Thanks for practicing this with me. And as always, Please feel free to reach out and share with me about your experiences. Bye for now.